We also have charged in absentia Ms. Grace Johnson, who was the Chief of Staff, Chief of Protocol of Honorable Kofa's Office and Patient Assessment, Chief of Office Staff of Honorable Kofa's Office as well, and Amos Kofa, the elevator technician within the Maintenance Department of the Capitol Building, are all charged with the following unrevised criminal arson, criminal mischief, reckless endangering another person, criminal attempt to commit murder, criminal facilitation, criminal solicitation, and criminal conspiracy. The destruction of the Capitol Building's joint chambers represent a direct assault on the foundation of our democracy and governance. Some of the suspects identified are being held at the Memorial Center Prison awaiting trial. The prosecution will proceed with full adherence to due process. We call on the citizens to remain calm, peaceful, vigilant, and support the national efforts. As the charges of these suspects does not end, the investigation of suspects have still been identified, and as new evidence come about, maybe other witnesses or suspects could be identified in the case. Let us serve as a clear message. The Liberia National Police will not tolerate any act that threatens public safety or the integrity of the national institutions of this country. This country is a nation of law, and I think it's famous.
Do investigation and show the proof. But I'm very disappointed. This is embarrassing. It's not acceptable. We issue a joint statement with other opposition parties, but really shame on this government for their behavior.
And as I said, as I'm departing, he is old enough not to be afraid of death. I'm saying it publicly. While the young man still feel, he didn't finish born his children yet, he still have, he's vibrant, he still have time to live. What the old man got to lose for him to transform this country and making these kind of hard decisions? And before our mineral leaves from here, this must be done.
All is controlled by the proportional joystick. That means the operator can easily work, and it will save their time and cost for the operation. So this model is our wholesale model in Africa for the excavator. And as you can see, this one, this is the largest. Yeah, this one is a little bit big. It's for mining area, and it's with the hydrostatic technology. Hopefully that one day it can serve the mining resources in your country. Let's move forward, because it's very good cost performance and save the energy. And which I want to mention with you is this model, SD22, because you know this model dominates 80%. I mean our company in Africa. Everybody know this model, and we also win the gold medal in China with this model, because this model is very reliable and qualified. And
today, good afternoon, Liberia. And today 06162025 is today Monday, the 16th day of the month of June. Today, good afternoon, good morning. Don't forget, the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda, because it involves the majority, and those that come with equity must come with clean hands. As usual, today I am your humble servant. I'm J. Nathaniel B. Va Senior. Today, just call me the ambassador, and I'm here today with T. Nicholas Barclay on the camp, making sure that those of you watching our YouTube and Cool Channel 2 on Facebook, Cool, and also on www.coolonline.com across the world, our online radio, and also Liberia 91.9. A pleasant welcome on today. Today, Liberia Greenville Port, also known as the Samuel A. Ross Port, is a port facility located in the southeastern city of Greenville, Liberia. It was initially established to serve the lumber and agricultural exports of Sano County region. Greenville itself was established in 1883, to be precise 1838 by the colonists from Mississippi Colonization Society, named after George James Green. The port's development was closely tied to the growth of surrounding regions and its resources, particularly forestry and agriculture. The National Port Authority (NPA) took over the administration of the Greenville Port in 1970 after initially being administered by Germany. The NPA is the governing body of Liberia major ports. The port's primary functions for many years was to facilitate the export of timber and other forest products from Sano County areas. The port has undergone a rehabilitation and upgrades, including dredging to increase water depth alongside the berth. It also received International Ship and Port Facility Security, the RSPS, certification and achieving security level 1 status. The Greenville Port continued to be a vital economic hub for the southeastern region of Liberia, supporting trade and contributing to the local economy through the export of timber, palm oil, and other major commodities. The port was built about 1838 by colonists of Mississippi Colonization Society, part of which was the Mississippi in Africa colony, now Sano County. Greenville was named after James Green, a Jefferson County judge and one of the first Mississippi Delta partners, or the planter, to send a group of former slaves to Liberia. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome to this program. In 1975, there were major activities coming up from the Greenville Port. It's good to talk about that today. Good afternoon, good morning, and a pleasant welcome on today. Today's history is a regular feature on our programs. We bring you what has happened to history, whether a day, a century, or a millennium, or for your listening pleasure. Today's history comes on this program Monday to Friday. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. In 1911, the International Business Machines Corporation, the IBM, a leading American computer manufacturer, was incorporated. And today, in 1917, the American publisher Qatari Graham, owner and publisher of the Washington Post and Newsweek magazine, was born today into New York City. And today, the 100 days period of the U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt came to a close with the bulk of his New Deal legislation passed in 1933 on the 16th of June today. South Africa police fired a group of Soweto students marching in protest against state plans to impose the Afrikaans language as a medium of instruction in black schools, enacting a massive popular uprising today in 1976 on the 16th of June. Lao Yu-Yang became the first Chinese woman in space when she and 2 other crew members were launched aboard the spacecraft Shenzhou 9 today, 2012. In 2017, the German politician Helmut Kohl who presided over the integration of East Germany into West Germany in 1990 and became the first chancellor of a unified Germany since 1945, died today at the age of 87, today the 16th, in the 16th of June in 2017. The first woman in space on today, 1963, the Soviet cosmonaut Valentini V. Taraskova became the first woman to travel in space, having been launched into orbit aboard the spacecraft the Vostok 6, which completed 48 orbits in 71 hours on today. Today, George Carol Oates, the American actor and June 16, was born in 1938. She died at the age of 87 in Lockport, New York. So good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Today is the wedding anniversary of Mr. Reuben C. Jackson, of Cool 91.9, the Dumper Fire of Cool FM. And he celebrated today with his beautiful wife, Martha C. Jackson. And the children, I was saying, Ruben Jackson also celebrated his birthday today. Ruben Justin Jr. celebrates his birthday today. And Romel Jackson also saying happy wedding anniversary to the parents. And also saying happy birthday to her elder brother today. And we members of the crew here at Cool 91.9, the Heat team, and the entire staff of Cool 91.9, City of Liberia, would love to say, Mr. Ruben C. Jackson, happy wedding anniversary to both of you. Martha Jackson, commonly called MJ, and we wish you forever to go on today. Good afternoon, a pleasant welcome. And today with me, I will have a guest on the team with this issue of serious advocacy in making the Greenville Port as an autonomous institution. Today, I will be having with me two distinguished guests in our studio today. And Alexander G. Weir, the former president of Sando University Student Union, permanent youth of Sando today, will be having on the team at about 12:30, and alongside the former Labor Commissioner of Sando, permanent son of Sando County, Honorable Christian K. Tobabo, will appear today on the program just in a few minutes' time and discussing this issue. Citizens are concerned about the passage of the Port Autonomous Bill, they are the voice supporting, as concerned citizens, the legislative passage of the Port's Autonomous Bill, and we're going to talk with them. Why is it important? Why should the Port of Greenville be passed in order to make this an autonomous agency? We want to talk to them this afternoon, and they'll be telling us, the group team, they are here already. At about 12:30, we will be having this very friendly conversation today. You are welcome to join us. We are on YouTube, Cool Channel 2 on YouTube. We're also live on Facebook. You can go there, Cool, at the search handle, and just type in KOOL at the search handle. You'll be live with us. We're also live and across the world on www.knewsonline.com, and we also live there at 91.9. Welcome to all of you joining us today. Good afternoon. We'll take a very short break and we'll usher our guests on the program. And please follow suit, because you will be having your take on this matter, and there are several issues very, very much important to the growth and development of Liberia today. And we're getting reports that under the watchful eyes of his president, Ambassador Joseph Yima Boakai, the vice president of Liberia is currently to China inspecting yellow machines in fulfillment of the president's own quest that yellow machines be in Liberia for the road connectivity and reconstruction process and rehabilitation of roads in our country. And with such a number, with about 285 machines, counties will have numbers of machines apportioned to them for the smooth passage of roads, the rehabilitation of roads, and the smooth passage of our people in those parts of Liberia. And today, the Vice President, Honorable Jeremiah Kwanku, is currently into China with a major boost to this government upon. And what is more interesting is that the government, under the 2024-2025 Performance Management and Compliance System, that is the PMCS, has acknowledged several institutions. Imagine 13 institutions have come up victorious, that over the past period under review, these institutions have worked properly. And if you don't hear your name, it means that you're not working. But on the overall, the Director General, Christopher D. Sankolo, was certificated as the outstanding institution. Remember, he comes from the Liberia Agriculture Commodity Regulatory Authority, LACRA, and it's important that they be in such a very good process, you know. Yeah, and they were awarded 2 international, were awarded 2 national certificates for excellence in public service upon. And if you don't hear your institution name, it means that you're not working. You're not working. I will call name here today. You people are not working, and just know that if you're not working, you know where you are. And nobody should ask me whether the NIR is part. NIR is not a part. 13 institutions. 13 institutions. Please listen. When we come down, you know that you're not working. But LACRA was certificated twice because of the exceptional work they did. And this is geared towards to strengthen accountability, transparency, and the citizen service center delivery across the public institutions. So everyone have a responsibility. If you don't hear your name as an institution, know that you're not working. Don't ask me further questions. And some of the institutions that will be called will question it still. Don't leave that out. The Ministry of State, we question the Ministry of State on this list because though at the president area it will be good, but the Ministry of State, a very key component of the executive branch, is being held on a serious audit report, and that report is still pending for implementation and action will be taken. So, but the only list: Ministry of State, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications, Public Works, the Ministry of Public Works, the LERC, the Laboratory Regulatory Commission, WASH Commission, LACRA. LACRA here certificated twice, and they were the outstanding institution that performed. The Jackson F. Doe Memorial Hospital, the LPRC, Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, the Ministry of Defense, the LAA, the Liberia, the LAA and Legis. Yeah, these are the 13 institutions that were certificated, and for their outstanding role in performance. But LACRA came out outstandingly and was certificated by the president. So if you don't hear your name yet, know that you're not a part. Just know that you are not a part. This is important, and it's important that institutions begin to work solely that they can serve the Liberian people. It will be so sad on the part of this country. Institutions are placed for the workings of Liberians, and at the end of the day, they don't function in such an area. So if you hear your name, bravo to you, but the job is not yet completed, but you have to do more. If you didn't, those are the people going to be, and like I said, don't ask me what NIR around there. NIR around there. Labor land there. Don't ask me about labor. We will be so strong on these institutions because Liberia must get better. Liberia must get better. Liberia must get better. Be with me until 1:30. My guest is already in the studio here. We will talk with them. Let's take this break.
ST22, because you know this model dominates 80%. Our company in Africa. Everybody know this model, and we also win the gold medal in China with this model because this model is very reliable and qualified. And based on your country's need, we also do some modification from the factory. We use the special air filter. You see this a little bit longer than the other one. We also change something inside to make the seat more comfortable for your operators in the country. And also, you know, you can easily get the parts and backups from our company's network in African countries. So this model is really a smart choice. And then You see, this model is usually we call it the 5 tons loader, which is also quite popular in Europe, in Africa. And you see the bucket you can adjust from 2 cubic meter to 5 cubic meters, and you can also change it with the different attachments to grab the wood or lifting the materials. And this model is with the WeChat engine, with resources by our company, and also the transmission box is also made by our company. That means the powertrain system is really, really good for the earth-moving machines. And this backhoe loaders is, I know that this backhoe loader is for the municipal engineering job, and you can use operator with our training. You can easily to know how to operate it. It's very easy inside because there is a quite simple joystick, and you can move the blade and move the bucket. And this model, Shanty provides the full package for the road construction machinery business. And this grader is with 21 tons. We sell very well in the African countries. I think that it's also a good model for your country. And with this model, the operator in Africa also, a lot of them know the skills, how to drive it. It's very easy. And also this roller, maybe we can also call it a compactor. This is to build the foundation from the foundation, and that's why it's the tandem roller with the two double-ended shaft. You can use that model because this model is that model we want to show.
Okay, welcome. This is ELB.
It's currently into China there, inspecting several issues in fulfillment of the executive branch of government headed by the president with his machinery issue. Yellow machines, as it may, the meeting with the chairman and executives of the Shantui construction machineries upon arrival into Beijing City. So he's making several stops, and Liberia then will make a choice upon. Yeah, and I was hearing earlier on in one of the videos there that the white one for outside of China, so maybe we may just receive something like that, or a different thing. But we guarantee the government is actually moving seriously to such a process. It's important for us, and Liberia needs such an issue. And it's important that when statements, commitments are made to the people, let those commitments be fulfilled upon. Like I said to you earlier on, I got with me in the studio this afternoon. We'll be talking for the rest of the hours or the minutes here today. The former president of Sino University Student Union, a permanent son of Sino County, and Honorable Christian K. Tobabo, a former labor commissioner of Sino County, a permanent son of Sino County also. We're going to be talking this afternoon about very important issue with this current bill before the legislature. They are in support of it. They are concerned citizens of Sino County in support of the legislative passage of the Port Autonomous Bill. We're going to be talking today. First, we want to know the historicity of such a process. Some of those listening to us don't even know about that. Like I read earlier on, the port was the Mississippi in Africa colony, now Sino County. It was named after James Green, the Jefferson County judge and one of the first Mississippi Delta planters to send a group of former slaves to Liberia. But there are more information here today after several upgrading process. Let me say good afternoon to our folks here. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, my fellow citizens of Liberia. And my name again, Christian Kolutalabo.
Okay.
Like you already introduced me.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very impressive being in your studio this afternoon to
Wow.
discuss issue pertinent to not just Sino,
Yeah, but Liberia.
but Liberia.
Is it the first time coming to our studio?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my first time.
You are welcome. Wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So good afternoon, thank you so much for the invite, and I much appreciate you. And this is my first time to to appear on your show.
Wow. Great. And see at home, like, let me just inform you of this. There's a major upgrading process going on. Like you walk through the building, you saw, we're carrying out a major renovation process.
Very much.
If today you leave from here, a month or two, you come back, you won't see the place the way it is now.
Sure.
Because we are soon to celebrate 10 years of existence as Cool 91.9 since it came since 2016.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, welcome. Let me say welcome to you again and thank. We talk about this bill currently in Sano County, but I want to ask first, how is Sano County?
Oh, Sano is doing very well. To be right, I have lived and worked in Sano.
Okay.
And I just took a assignment in Monserrato,
Okay.
at the central office of the Ministry of Labor.
Oh, wow.
But I used to be the labor commissioner in Sano.
Yeah, but now you central office.
I'm in central office.
So how you let the people there?
Oh, the people are feeling very good.
Okay.
We are away from the county, but our minds and souls are in the county.
Sure.
Our eyes are on the ground, our ears are on the ground.
Okay.
And so the county is doing very well. One of the challenges we used to have, even though one would say we are now going full into the rainy season, but as it stands, I think our roads are still pliable, which is a good news for us.
Okay.
Yeah, our people go to Sino in 6-7 hours. They are in Greenville.
Okay.
And so that's a plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I want to also.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sano is relatively doing well.
Okay.
Like the Labor Commission said, one of the challenges that we used to experience was the bar road coming through this end as we speak. At this time, I think the road is pliable.
Wow.
Someone left from Greenville yesterday by 6:15. Before 10:30, it was in the camp.
6:15 a.m. or p.m.?
A.m.
A.m.
Yeah.
Before 10:30 p.m.
P.m. it was in.
Before how long?
No, the same A.M.
Oh, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
How long it used to take one to leave Sano County, especially Greenville?
Sometimes you spend 2 days or day and a half on the road.
But when we're back.
When we're back, you spend 2 days. 2 days, 3 days.
Okay, you come. Let me. I'm not going to Honorable to Bible, but you from the student community, you serve in that area, student-wise, the student community. How is Sino there?
So in terms of the student community of Sino, the students in Sino, they are doing well, but relatively the issue of awareness is also cardinal.
Okay.
Because some of the students after high school, they don't know their way out.
Okay.
Yeah. Some of them you will find themselves in go camp.
Yeah.
Some of them will go and do golden pavilion work.
Yes.
Yeah. So they will not follow all the education.
And some of them take them too deep, they don't come back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just start our major conversation here. The key aspect of the Greenville pulled upon Honorable Tobabo. Why this time with such an advocacy? I'm aware that there's a special document before our leaders and legislature, and they're looking at such a process. Why are you supporting this cause?
Okay. Thank you. That's a very serious question. And if anybody is in the country that have been following the activities of the country that know how the government works, the issue of pool being autonomous is not a strange word, not a strange thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's just about to be fully implemented and decentralized.
Okay.
Because even the National Pool Authority is an autonomous agency.
Okay.
It's an autonomy. So for the fact that the National Pool Authority is autonomous, and the bill is being introduced to replicate that at the county levels, that is the 3 other counties that are hosting the seafood, like the Buchanan Port, the Greenville Port, and the Harbor Port in Marietta County. We think that it is in fact late.
Okay.
And since it is late and it is happening, we must appreciate those legislators or the House of Senate that have already passed on that bill, that is awaiting concurrence from the lower house.
Okay.
And so, as son of Sino, as citizen of Liberia, who understands the importance of the pool being independent, being autonomous, and who knows the economic benefits that come with it in terms of job creations, in terms of employment opportunity, in terms of expansion in revenue generation, in terms of the community access to pool royalties, and you get in the rest. As it stands now, there are so much bureaucracies that is involved with the the local posts that are outside Montserrat. Some issues, administrative issues that could be dealt with in just a second, or in a minute, or even a day, will take months. Why? Because the power is centralized. The authority is centralized. Everything is MD, moreover. And there are some simple things. Like, for example, when I was in the county as the labor commissioner, they then poll leadership will have. There will come a time that the host community, that the city community where the poll is, will come up with some requests, some demands that the police in our areas, you have been employing people from rival ages and the pool was created, and our children cannot be employed, our people cannot be employed, we give you our land, we give the land to the government, and some of those things could be easily handled when power is decentralized. But most times, everything has to come from the office. So when we saw this document, this act or this bill being proposed, we thought that it was a necessity, it was important, it was relevant for us to add our verses, even though we don't have the legislative authority. When the issues being debated, we won't be there. But those that are representing us are our leaders. They are our leaders. They are representatives, not just from South that we make the decision. But we hope and pray that our caucus, in its entirety, by now, should have started the issue of lobbying with their colleagues, because I don't think there should be no caucus member from South who will see the process to be a bad process. Any caucus member from South that will stay against the process, you don't love science.
Do you really think that you will have caucus members that you think will not be in support of this process?
I don't want to preempt, because the fact that the people trusted them and elected them, and the people trust that they're going to make decisions that will.
Because the reason I'm asking this question here, one of your caucus member we had in the studio, Opa.
Let me name it from South.
Senator.
Obed Duncan.
Clinton Duncan. Yeah. He's one of those fighting for the several process, especially where lawmakers should be seen, shareholders, lawmakers leave position, they're very poor, people ask them why you're there, and there are several issues. You see foreigners come to this country, alien, they get shares, they get involved in these our resources issue. They even exploit us and they leave us. Librarians should get involved in this process, but he was one of those, he is rather accused of holding companies, shares in companies. The Sino Forest Corporation, when he brought that, was an issue upon. The reason I'm bringing this out, how are this affecting those of the citizens of the county at the leadership level?
Okay, thank you. You know the issue of the senator, like the topic you may mention, that's a very broad and big topic that has its own day of discussion. Okay. Because if we are to delve into that, we have to discuss a bit lengthy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the constraints that pose on leadership. You're talking about central office, but I'm talking about leadership in the county.
Yeah, this is where I'm going.
Okay.
And everywhere that you have 2-3 presidents, there will be disagreement on issues.
Sure.
So yes, they might have their own issues internally amongst themselves as colleagues, as lawmakers. Yeah, they might have issues with some of the local leaders of the county, but as a stand with the issue of the bill, that is intended to to make the great people an autonomy, we think that it is not an individual issue, and their individual issues should not reach at the point.
Not supersede.
They should not supersede the general benefit of the county. Okay. We are discussing Sino, we are discussing Liberia, we are discussing the potential of expanding economic activities in our country, create improving the issue of job creation. Even some of the lawmakers you're talking about have been proposing bills to create statutory districts, townships, boroughs, and one of the reasons according to them they do that is for job creation. Okay. So I think there is another opportunity for them also to see that if that port becomes an autonomous agency where decisions will be made by the administration of the port at the county level, even though they will have some national supervision, because even the national port authority is not just being run by the MD. They are all government actors that play a significant role in terms of balance and check and balance. Yeah. Similar thing will be applied if the Greenfield port and the other legal ports are to be autonomous. So I don't think that with their issues they have as politicians, I don't think any of them who really love Sino and love Liberia and love what is about to happen should bring it to this level. Okay. He
also have a great vision with us. Extensive conversation we had last time. Had a great vision for the county. Let me go to Alexander. Alexander, Greenville or Sano County being one of the county long in existence. This time with this process people pushing, I understand Mr. The Honorable Tababo mentioned job creations. What are some of the prospects that those of the citizens will get encouraged and say this time around when this law is passed, it's coming for us?
So to add on to what Tababo just said, I mean, this is related in terms of giving the port autonomous status. Because if you look around the world, more especially that come right to Africa, you understand? The port of Africa have autonomous status, where they operate independently. That go to Singapore. The port in Singapore operate independently. That go to the Netherlands. The port in Netherlands operate independently. So come to Liberia. Liberia should not be an exception to such a law. So giving the port autonomous status, I mean, like Tababo said, there will be a lot of job creation. That the people around the seabed belt who live around the port, their concern always is demanding for job. So how do we do that? If you get the port autonomous status, I mean, there will be a lot of employment opportunity. Because, I mean, free port, there are a lot of bureaucracy. You send name, I mean, for recommendation, it will take you 1 year before it even is a pass. So central government, more especially at the central level, you see people living from here, exam at the free port. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We feel it's unfair. Give the people the authority, more especially at the county level, to be able to operate the port in terms of, there are a lot of benefits. Environmental sustainability, and also you need all of benefit. Yeah. So giving the port autonomous status, there are a lot of benefits. The counties tend to benefit, and other ports as well.
And additionally,
go ahead.
Like all Liberian presidents, including the current president, will always say that Liberians will not be spectators in their own economy.
Sure.
We don't also want someone to be a spectator in your own economy, because that will generate so much millions of dollars for the economy of this country, and nothing returning to Sino. All that happens in Sino is those who are working there getting their salary to sustain them and their family. But the country that hosts the port, when someone goes to Sino, who knows the kind of development that a post bring to an area and sees how Greenville looking and understand that Greenville has a seaport that generates millions of dollars for government, they will think that there are no leaders in the country to act in behalf of the people. And that's why we think it is about now time that we join the Liberian Senate, we join the lawmakers who saw its importance, to introduce the bill, and we are asking the lower house, to concur with them.
Are other ports or other county, they support the region, Sino, Maryland, even as far as Grand Bassa County, those in the region will benefit from this process if it becomes. Are they also supporting this cause?
So recently, the port manager for the port director for Buchanan was on the OKFM in support of this process. So, I mean, no citizen from this county, anyone saying that will go against this process, because this process will bring about job creation. It will also bring about decentralizing the process in terms of where you send something, or most of the port, you have to, some of them using one laptop. Can you imagine the ancient time? Central office only send you one laptop. So you let it's what the port director was saying. So if you decentralize the port activities, I mean, you give them more power. So the oil county in 100% support of this process.
And it was also said that I have understood that the 50th legislature are in serious concern of this process. The Senate pro tempore Honorable Lawrence was one who set the stage that this will be a full county-based operational process. But this dredging, has the port been dredged?
Thank you. The details of the workings of the port will actually be captured by the port actors and the port leadership.
Okay.
Meaning those who work in the port will know how the port have been working. But you don't have to work in the port to know that it is important for the port to have an autonomous status.
Okay.
But In past time, I think it was dredged 1 or 2 times, but I can't give you the facts to that because
Okay.
I've not worked with the port. But we also think any area there no dredging at that port, and the milestone development is achieved. It will even
It will help you
Yes.
accept
Yes.
larger share
larger
of the port.
Yeah, because you will be striking your own deal. Also, in a sense, if you don't have the money available,
Sure.
the company can come and dredge the port. You are going to a deal. There are so many ways it can be done. But
Yeah.
that can only be done if you have that independent decision to be made as an institution. And it is why we see that brings serious importance to the process. And mind you, and all of my things, because I've been hearing in the breeze, there have been a lot of speculation. Oh, the port is small to be autonomous. In fact, the port does not have the capacity to generate own revenue to be able to pay employees. Anybody who say that, a person who does not know the operations of the port. You know what I'm saying? The port of Greenville, the other ports have 3 main sources of revenue generation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They have a revenue generation on what we call the marine operations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that what we call the lease agreements that we call the office space and the land space non-operation revenue. You get what I'm saying? Then they got project-based revenue. So these are 3 major means by which the port generate revenue. Now the marine operation is where ships come in and and pay their fees or their taxes, whatever mean they give it on the port operation, whether that revenue or that tax or the fees, pay all of the money to the government. And there are other port users who are partners to the port.
Sure.
Like the Golden Marina for Sino, like all of the logging companies that have to have their logging yard in the port where they will take it from before loading on the ship or the ship. All these spaces that they are occupying in the port, they lease them from the National Port Authority. That the money coming as we speak for the port of Greenville, all those occupying the land on the port of Greenville, all those lease agreements were squarely not in the know of the port authority of Sino from rather ages. All the decisions that be made, moreover, how much they collect from these people, how much is being given for 25 years, for 15 years lease agreement at the port, they alone can explain that revenue component. So if that part of the revenue have not been captured on the Sino, and just in 2024, the port of Greenville was generated over $940,000 from marine operations. If you have to add the non-marine operations there that has to do with the lease agreement, it will be generating 3 to 4 to 5 million annually.
Sure.
And you cannot tell me you have a port that generated that amount without sizable number of workforce they have, and you think they can't generate and they won't be able to pay their workers. It's not possible. Besides that, if the port has its autonomous status, all activities that we talk about project, project revenue. Like we talk about the infrastructure development of the port. The port can go into agreement with all larger ports across Africa and start to do have an understanding. They can go and dredge that port and it be expanded. And when that port is dredged,
And this is an issue with the National Port Authority that this creation will have a managed process of 4 seaports, including the Buchanan Port, Port of Greenville, the Port of Harper, and they are saying this port is very small.
which one of the ports?
Greenville Port.
Is that Greenville? No, Greenville Port is the 10th head of all the seaports. Moringa Port is the first.
Is the county now prepared, because this will be a very huge tax on the county,
Which is what? Prepared to do what?
when this bill is passed,
Yeah.
giving autonomy to the county, the port to manage itself.
Yeah.
Is the county prepared?
Very prepared. No country is even prepared.
What is it prepared? What do you mean?
It prepared in terms of the implementation, in terms of the execution.
100%
Yes,
prepared.
very prepared.
Because there's going to be a huge responsibility of accountability that will come on, since the port have been managed by the National Port Authority. There's a report that things been smoothly moving on, but you say now that if the port is placed with this authority to manage itself, it can even do more. It can go into contract with other institutions that will even bring revenue to the county, and not just leaving all the issues come up. Because the issue of mismanagement, the issue of illegal activities going on, is the county prepared
Now,
to manage this process?
now let me tell you, I know my colleague want to come in.
Yeah.
But so let me just let one that he can come in. Let me tell you something. If the port of Greenville becomes autonomous, it doesn't mean that it is no more under the government of Liberia.
Sure.
That's the first thing. The National Port Authority has an autonomous status, and so it has been managed by the governor of Liberia. The checks and balances have been put in place by the governor of Liberia.
Sure.
So this thing is just a new nomenclature that will be given to the port, an autonomous port, or by status, but it will still be the same port, the same government operates, the same checks and balances will be put in place. In fact, additional checks and balances will be put in place because right now it will be a centralized decision, a centralized administration at the port of Greenville.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And even the lawmakers themselves will still have the oversight responsibility over the port because the port will still be a government entity while the district is autonomous.
Yeah.
So we are prepared. Someone is prepared for that.
Okay.
So to add, someone is prepared to implement this process, and as we speak now, two vessels cannot land at the same time at Greenville Port.
Yeah.
So since the port was dragged since 2012 up to now, it's still in the same condition. So the port also lack of infrastructure. It just in recent time renovation was done.
Okay.
And the renovation, there are just few houses. So if the port is given autonomous status, all of the revenue that will be generated, the administration there will decide how to implement it.
Okay.
So we are saying that the House of Representatives, they should concur with the House of Senate in terms of the passage of this bill.
Okay. Let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Many thanks to all of you joining us on Cool Channel 2 on YouTube, also live on Facebook here. I got with me Honorable Christian K. Tubabo, former Labor Commissioner of Sino County, and now he's the Central Office. A permanent son of Sino County, Alexander G. Weir, former President of Sino University Students Union, permanent son of Sino County. They are concerned citizens of Sino County in support of the legislative passage of the Port Autonomous Bill and its importance for the county and a larger part of Liberia upon. We'll go to line 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. But before we go to the lines, let me ask Honorable Christian Tubabo, is there anything else that of a specific essence when this bill is passed? You asking federal lawmakers to concur with their colleagues that they give this autonomous right to the port. Yeah. Is there any specific importance that comes along that we're not talking about?
Yeah, let me give you two more important.
Yeah.
One of the things that will happen if the Greenville Port should obtain an autonomous status, that port will help to support the county budget, the CDF, the SDA, the County Development Fund, with a percentage, because those are things that can be discussed, when these processes are ongoing. The county stands to benefit about 5 to 10% of the revenue that will be generated from that port. Now, that happened before in the history of the port. I'm not talking about county legal renting the port, maybe the requesting and assisting and the port rather than assisting, but there have been no legal binding on the port to be providing a subsidiary support to the county administration, and that should be because the county hosts the port. So that will be one of the benefits that come along. And when that's happening, there will be economic expansion in the CDF or in the county budget. The second thing that will happen is that it will relieve the investors from the stress they're going through in getting their logistics and their material into Liberia. Like for example, Golden Pavilion is operating in the southeast, in Sino and Maryland. And every time for Golden Pavilion to bring in their equipment in the country, they got to use the Port of Monrovia. And every time they offload it from Port of Monrovia, they have to now somewhere and start transferring it to Sino County. But if the ports are upgraded, in fact, these are companies that will be willing to assisting these ports when they have the autonomous status, we're willing to expand the port because it will be an added advantage for them. That will be a lesser burden to them if their goods and services have been received in Greenville or in Harbour, instead of coming all the way to Monrovia and follow all of the delays and bureaucracy and have a long way to charter low base to carry a truck to Sino or drive a truck to Sino and carry equipment. You just do everything right there.
But so will this really curb this leadership struggle in the county? Because more often, for example, like the superintendent, the representatives in districts, the senators, they make some cogent decisions for the county that don't benefit the people. Do you think this will stop?
Thank you. This is dealing to Liberia, meaning every country you visit, there are leadership crises. But other countries have been able to manage their leadership crises, in the interest of the common good of the people that they serve. Now, you don't need law to reconcile leaders. You don't need law to make leaders agree to work together. So, if the port become autonomous, or even if San today should become a state or own, living Liberia, it will not stop the leadership issues. What will stop the leadership issues in the country is our leaders developing that mind, that mind of thinking to say, yeah, we are the leaders of the country, and our first priority should be the people that we serve. Our first priority should be the kids that are not in school. Our first priority should be to support what will bring road infrastructure to our country. And if they see that as their utmost priority, with all the bickering that they will have, they will still see Sano as a common denominator, and they will support anything that will benefit Sano.
Okay.
That's what leaders do.
Okay, before we go to the lines, Jamanate Mamadi Sako is watching live. He said, good afternoon, Nat. Good afternoon, Cardinal Christian K. Tobago and former President, Sano University Student Union. I'm currently monitoring the conversation. Okay, thank you for your monitoring. Road, Kwe VL C1 said, following hurry up. Thank you. Hotel Grisby said, good afternoon, Nat. I'm following from GSA Road. May God bless our country. Leo Tom Colley said, good afternoon, cool family. Good afternoon to you. John Cromer said, thanks for the show. I'm DJ Valentine monitoring. Josephus Johnson says, thanks for the show always. God bless you always for updating us. And Elijah Horace said, thanks for the show this afternoon. I'm following from my resident in Jacob Town today. Robertson Mumbo said, GSA Road, Painesville City, I'm watching. Tara Stiago Akatara Fire, good afternoon. Thanks for the update. Wish the Honorable VP all the best in China following from soaked in the community. Thank you. And Gamma, you saying to all of you, let's follow up on Eugene D. Pajibo Senior said, I'm watching from Kerry Street behind Fanas. Thank you for your viewership. And says thanks to all of you. We want to encourage you to share the video and invite others. April Yuma said, I'm watching from Peter Town. Banas Farm, Peloton, Junction 3 Brothers Block Factory. Good afternoon, my cool family. Good afternoon to you. Hali Tamba said, hope the visible VP will yield tangible result. James Kobwe, Zuba Town, CDC Puppy Success Keita for life. Say good afternoon, cool FM family. To put road, I'm watching you. Joseph F. Kia said, I'm watching from Zuba Town community. Thanks for the show. Informing the Liberian people, and congratulations to the Vice President of Liberia, Jeremiah Kwan, for his recent update. Parisa Football Academy said, good afternoon, Mr. Vam, watching live from Pacos Island. Thanks for the update. We'll go to the line 0775-919-919, 0880-919-919 are the numbers to be part of the conversation. It's good to talk about Liberia, especially where a very huge support is upon, where the student union or the concerned citizens of Sano County are saying, this time around, give us this. It will be important for the county and for the people of Liberia at large. We will contribute to the developmental drive of our country, and we will also help to decentralize activities of Liberia, which this government, under the watchful eyes of Ambassador President Joseph Imamboakai, is union of, to decentralize activities. We'll go to the lines to talk to you. Please speak to the activities, to the conversation this afternoon. Please speak to exactly what we're talking about. Today, it will be important for you. Good afternoon. Yeah, yeah, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm very happy about Sano Road today for somebody to demonstrate that way and because became our attraction. I'm very, very happy for that. So I really want also I recommend it to the government. I leave that Sano County post and so that it can get the folks because individual there competing about it. So that will also help the government to build economy. So I'm very appealing to the government to do that. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. 0775 919 are the numbers. Let's talk about Sano County. Liberia have to be looked at, especially in decentralizing activity. The team, they are talking about that. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, hi. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So let me say thank you to my fellow compatriots. Christian Comitolamo in Arizona. My name is Jonas Papago.
Okay.
It's not final as well. So, in terms of what Sano stand for benefit as well as the South Aid, the port is giving
Ask him for whether you support that before you tell why it's still a benefit. Ask him whether you support
do you support that?
I 100% support it. There's a patriotic cause to support that bill.
Okay.
I encourage the House to concord unanimously with the Senate. So you think that I grew up, I was born and raised in Sino, I school in Sino, I worked in Sino.
Okay.
In the media for 15 years before temporarily coming to Monrovia.
Okay.
Now, that port, when it is given autonomous status, the way it boosts the significant economy. In 2014, Kudu Iron will make a determination to expand the port of Greenville. But one major reason why the Kudu Iron Ore avoided on his decision was because the port, is the port of it's on the port of Monrovia, and all the bureaucracy, will still be filled, as a concession.
Yeah.
So because of that, they decided to build another port in another part of the county. On the outskirts of the city, they decided to build another port. But it did not materialize. When that big town is coming back, all its equipment, all its concession programs will be charged to the port of Greenville.
Okay.
And so in this new development, in this new agreement, they will now agree 100% to expand that port to a modern port, because now there will be no bureaucracy, there will be no specialization of all the activities there. The other part is, the last time somebody sent a container, they wanted to go container through me to send a grant here. To free that container, it took almost $11,000.
Wow.
And every 1 week that passes without free a container, we don't have the money. Every 1 week that passes, the CTN will be charging you 1.5. API terminal will be charging you 60, 80, and 160 as the week expires.
Yeah.
Because we can't afford the money to free a container. So when the port is at the autonomous status, Grand Crew, River G, Grand G there, and mainland counties will be economically free, because they will not have to send their containers from America to the port of Monrovia. You just say your containers right to Greenville Port, and your containers will be offloaded, sent to Battlefield, in just 1 hour, sent to Fishtown in just 1 hour, and sent to Greenville in just 1 hour, without going through the headache of looking for low bed, the bar room, and everything there. So there will be one big benefit when the port is given autonomous status.
Okay.
There's one more thing before I leave the land. Another thing before I leave the land. Look, people through the pages, of history, last regime, under the leadership of the CPC, when Eric was at the port as manager, the port raised over $1 billion. The port came second to Monrovia.
Wow.
The port came second to Monrovia. They overtook the Buchanan Port as the second highest income generating port between 2018 and 2023. It was the highest income generating port to the national envelope. But what do you have there? Nothing, because the administration will not have money down for renovation, and even if we send money down, there's so much bureaucracy. Start salary, money go. Same. You as a son of another country, you want to construct your house. You want to develop the country, you go for send to the port. If you apply for send, the management will have to send that request to Monrovia. and management in order will review it, whether they agree or not agree, whether it will take them months or it will take them weeks. I mean, so it was so much crazy.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't even concern those the information reached to.
Little things you will do, in just one day, in just an hour. I mean, it takes you longer than you can even imagine.
Okay.
So I think you have to see, to have consideration unanimously to ensure that the Buchanan Port, the Greenville Port, as well as the Harbour Port are given autonomous status.
Okay.
And when that happens, I think it will be in itself, a serious economic liberation for those counties and the country as a whole. Thank you for the program. Thanks to my compatriots for working out their support for this process.
You're welcome. Thanks to as a son of the Southeast also supporting this process. Osika Harris said, "Good afternoon, Mr. Fa. I'm joining you from Kigali, Rwanda. Thanks for the show." And today, Helton Torwan said, "Bapuru County, Kumbo. I'm also watching live. Good afternoon."
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon to your studio.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm 100% support of that idea because we go for the series of what I exclusion to all. And I want to say to your studio, please, let the series of Kano manage your work. Do not take people from Mora to make a kind and go give them well.
But I don't know what the polo. I'm just as you. We just as you. But thank you. The actors are hearing it because I think there's a national radio.
Good afternoon.
Now, good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead, Akwe.
Thank you for the student presentation. And let me say good afternoon to the coaching studio.
Good afternoon.
I must say to you, I'm not listening to anything good as compared to what I've been listening to in the last few weeks concerning this issue of making a food, giving a food.
Oh, Akwe, you slip off the line. I never cut you off.
We hope you
You
can come
slip
back.
off. Yeah, I really hope that you can come back. Yeah. Okay, but let's go on. There are several concerns. Like listen to the earlier caller. You talk about job creation for the county. Then with this issue of taking folks from a different place, bringing them up on to work in the county. That's what he said. But my concern is, do you really believe in the strong faith of other lawmakers at the level of the lower house? Because they too have to have their say into this matter. The Senate are so much passionate about this. They agreed. All of my readings upon the Senate pro tempore, so much excited about this that if it happened now, and one of the callers said River says will benefit, and she's from Grand Bassa, River says have one link in that area, will be. But do you see other lawmakers that are obstacle at the level of the lower house, or do you see the exuberance in them to make this happen?
So at the level of the lower house, I don't want to preempt, but I think most of the lawmakers, they are in concord to support this process.
Okay.
Because in my rational mind, I don't think so any of them will go against the government.
Okay.
So if you love the country or you love the county, you will support this bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. On Tababo, one of the callers talk about don't take people from other counties. It's a major concern also.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the port, right now I'm not in the administration of the port.
Okay.
Be it national or port authority or that was Greenville Port.
Okay.
I'm not working with any of the port.
Okay.
I work with the Ministry of Labor, MOL.
Yeah.
But that's a very serious concern that it has. But for me, my major concern as a person, as a labor actor, has been creating jobs for Liberians.
Okay.
Why it is true that Sano being the host country will be given some level of preferences, but it will not be done in a way that all of citizens of Liberia will be banking on that. Once you are a qualified Liberian, you are given a go ahead to work in any part of Liberia. So our first concern should be Liberians should have jobs. And the management that will be in authority at the time when they shall be realized, will be using their wisdom to make sure that everybody.
But my concern, we'll talk to this caller first. Good afternoon. Yeah, okay, I could. Yeah, go ahead.
I said, I'm not listening to anything so good as compared to what I'm listening to from the Thompson studio.
Okay.
You know that the issue of decentralized. No, I think it's very important. If Liberia must transgress, if Liberia must make it hard when it comes to development, this
and try to implement it. While people are saying inferior time, I think it's very important for our people. There are some key issues, minor issues, where you will have to move from where you are counting to come to Central Florida to go after this thing. And now sometimes when you come to Central Florida, it's taking you months for this documentation to be completed. So I fully agree, I concur with what these folks are pushing, and I hope and pray our lawmakers, because these are things our lawmakers should be thinking about. These are things we should be thinking about. I never been able to say, oh, the people will come to us and say, but if you empower the people will come down to you. Empower them, and empowerment comes through decentralization. So I fully agree with them, and I hope and pray our Lord because we're able to push that direction. Thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you, Akwe. Like I was asking Honorable Tobago, the concern of the caller is let the people of Sano County or that region be the beneficiary first, not just whole, but they should be first, prioritize in handling this. That is concern. But when I listen earlier on, you say Liberian.
This is what I'm saying. That's my principle, and I want it to be the principle of every Liberian.
Okay.
Because that's how segregation come about.
Okay.
Internal segregation.
Okay.
We cannot be fighting against expatriates taking our jobs away and also fighting amongst ourselves. Logically, it is administratively applicable at every job site, and depend on the administrator to make decisions that will, because the first thing we're talking about the safety of the poor down, yes, the fire service department you established, but the safety in the hands of the community that you are operating in.
Sure.
And to do that, you have to bring them on board, to be on the table, to be a particle.
And there are other counties.
Yes, but you cannot have taken down to say because they put it inside also nobody can come from Lima to work there, or nobody can come from Lofa to work there.
Okay.
So I'm saying the society reasoning in their minds.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Fayad David. I'm from
Okay.
I think for me, I'm in support for the independent in the studio. It will be very important for that vote to be decentralized. A lot of benefit that will come from it. Number one, when people breast come from Liberia or from Morovia to go to Sando, that's why you see the bread price in Sando is very, very expensive.
Okay.
But if they are still take care of their food, it happens that the rest shift up in Sando. The rest will be cheaper because you're not paying transportation and all of the one. The same way, if you buy the same price, the rest will not be too expensive. The e-cars are coming from America. They are sell market their own sell food for people to go, for people to do business with them. So it's very, very important, and they're praying for our senators and our representatives to really see this is an important thing that for the identical vote to be decentralized. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And from all indication, I've seen that all my readings, the folks at the level of the Senate, they are in high gear of this process here. It's just that they're waiting on our colleagues at the level of the House of Representatives to see the need and follow suit. And I'm the stronger conviction that there are other lawmakers from the Southeast there, and because they build this consensus upon with other lawmakers, so they will see the need that this thing happen. And not just from the Sando, but the Harper Port, the Buchanan Port, and all the issue of decentralization is very, very much important upon. 0775 919 919 080 919 919. I'll take two more calls and I go to my guest in studio here. Then we'll come as our conversation upon. This is very much important. Who are you? Where are you? Are you a Liberian? Do you support this call? Do you think tomorrow you'll find yourself somewhere there tomorrow? If you are, join the call from the concerned students or citizens of that is Sano County are saying, we want this to happen. We want our lawmakers to put our hands together in getting Sano this right, and it will bring a lot of economic benefit to the county and the country. And this is one of the major pillars of this government, decentralization. They want to decentralize issues across the country so that others will have the fair share of what they are having. We should not cut one side and leave one side upon. But before we go home and wait calls to come on, is there anything else that you think we want to talk about for the county that's important?
There's something very important on the poor issue. In our closest statement, maybe we'll give you any other thing, all of them I'm talking about.
Okay.
But the poor issue is still paramount.
Okay.
And there's one point that we want to make clear. We respect all of our leaders, all of our lawmakers for Sano, the 5 of them, the 3 representatives, and the 2 senators.
Yeah.
And this process, has it been an individual process to say it is intended to benefit Tobago or intended to benefit just Will or intended to just benefit the person? And maybe any of the lawmakers see that person as an obstacle to them, and because of that they don't want to support it.
Yeah.
Will tell that person swallow your pride and meet up with the lawmaker and settle your issue.
Okay. Let me take this call. I beg you. Let me take this call. We'll come back to you. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
This president is for you from Grand Kimo County to this the second Palazzo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much. The Lord that you people pushing, it is good that we have the decentralized in Sano. And after in Sano, before that in the 18th century, they have shipped and put mini port in Grand Kimo. So they have to this decentralized, they push forward. We shouldn't be depending on people alone. They should be in Maryland, Buchanan, Sano, and Kima. Then at least those countries who will generate some revenue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So this call is going wild.
Yeah.
You listen to the you say the million pros also there.
That's why it's pushing.
So they're supporting you, when you support them.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good. Okay, you were in flight on the
Yeah. So I'm saying there to say that 6 years ago, the leadership team that we had at the Greenville Port are not in charge now. Are not the one there.
Okay.
The port director we had located, he got elected, he's a lawmaker.
Okay.
The operation manager that was there, he's traveled and he has been replaced.
Okay.
The finance man also left the place and he has been replaced.
Okay.
Right? Good. And now we have a new team of management there. The point I'm trying to make is that this law that we are talking about is not going to benefit a specific management. So no lawmakers will say, okay, maybe I have issue with the port director, or I have issue with the operation manager, or I have issue with this person or that person, so it will not happen. Those people will not be there forever. It's for posterity. It's for the future generations to come. So if we have to think that as leaders of the county, then we put away our individual differences with people and look at the general good of the county and the country. I'm also calling on the current leadership because they still have a role to play because they are currently in the driver's seat. If they notice or they see any possible threat from any of the lawmakers of the county towards the process, let them reach out to them. And we need them to work together because not everybody can see beyond.
Sure.
Other people can just see now.
Yeah.
But for all we see beyond. And whoever there today can leave tomorrow, another group of county will leave.
Yeah.
But the development of the port will bring a lasting economic viability to our county and region.
Okay.
That's what
we want to go now. Time is something close to us. I will come to you, Alexander. Your parting comment, you can make yours in a 1 minute time for your parting comment.
So, thank you. We want to appreciate you for this opportunity. Decentralizing the port, it will also help in terms of that we said creating jobs. So we want to call on the lawmakers, more especially the Caucus of Sino and the lower house to concur with this bill.
Okay.
So that other counties that have the port, so that they will be able to release in terms of, because everybody crying for job. So if that is done, you mean that there will be a lot of job opportunities all over the place. So we calling on the committee to speedily do their possible best in the coming days so that they can concur with the House of Senate.
Okay.
So that this bill can be passed.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Former President of the Sano University Student Union, Alexander G. Weir. Let me say to you, Honorable Tobago, your parting comment. Thanks for coming. This is very much a worthwhile conversation for the nation.
Thank you to Mr. Wa. And let me say thank you, Mr. Barra. Thank you, and thank you to the Kuebe family. And we want to thank all of our colors, all those who contributed. And this is what we need to do as a country, to always think for centralized goal development. And let me say to our lawmakers from Sino, we are depending on you because we know all of you have the interest of the county. You love your people, and your people trust you that why they voted you. And we pray that you will join your police to be the only voice or the voices for the people of Sano that are in the house during this deliberation, so that this law can pass, so that our port can be autonomous for economic activity for our county and country. Thank you so much, and God bless everyone.
Thank you. That's the voice of Honorable Christian K. Tababo, the former Labor Commissioner of Sano County. They are all here as concerned citizens of Sano County in support of the legislative passage of the Port Autonomous Bill, upon which that senators, lawmakers, representatives can follow suit. Other citizens of the county can support this core. Decentralization is a major core to the best. So wonderful. Thanks for following us on Cool Channel 2 on YouTube, and also Cool on Facebook, and also 91.9 My Radio. I want to say thanks so much. T. Nicholas Barkley have been there with me. I am the ambassador, Nathaniel. Good afternoon. Have a pleasant day.
And for the mining area, because with the very big bucket with the reinforced arm and boom, and also the cabin inside is always controlled by the proportional joystick. That means the operator can easily work, and it will save their time and cost for the operation. So this model is our wholesale model in Africa. For this need, we also do some modification from the factory. We use the special air filter. You see this a little bit longer than the other one. We also change something inside to make the seat more comfortable for your operators in the country. And also, you can easily get the parts and backups from our company's network in African countries. So this model is really a smart choice. And then